Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So please continue to pray for my love life. Of something really interesting has happened. It all started 2 weeks ago at my grandmother's funeral. I had asked my grandmother to go talk to Mary Curry to see if the two of them could set me up on a blind date. And so Mary Curry discovered polonium 210, which is now made from bismuth. And so I gave my grandmother a small chunk of bismuth ingot to give to Mary Curry so she could continue her research. I left it in the casket, and then the casket was cremated. And then her ashes put in an urn, and so I didn't get to see the ashes. So what a disappointment! I was wondering what had turned of it. Right, cremation happens at 1400 Fahrenheit, not quite enough to boil bismuth, so it might have made some kind of crystal. But then she also had other jewelry in there. It might have alloyed itself with other stuff. But and then I felt a good sense of presence that the two of them were talking about it. Unfortunately, I don't have good memories when I have dreams at night. One night I had a dream that they had composed a song about the situation. I and I couldn't remember it. I when I got up, we had other things to tend. My family and I had other things to tend to, and by the time I thought about wanting to write it down, I forgot most of it, unfortunately. But then the other night, you see, I have a lot of frustrations using online dating websites, right? And so I decided to. I hadn't been using that for some time, but as I was leaving Taiwan, I thought, hey, I gotta update the dating website with pictures that I took of myself in Taiwan, plus all the art that I've been doing since I last used the dating website, right? Because that was many months ago. I was using Bumble, and when I logged on to Bumble, Bumble has this. I don't know how they get your location from your IP address or something, so it was all Taiwan. I noticed there was a huge problem. You see, I can't put my actual age on Bumble because most Americans who are 37 years old are just disgustingly old, unhealthy. And so I shaved 10 years off of my age on Bumble. But when I got to Taiwan and I was 27 on the dating website, the people I was seeing was like, gee, are these people even legally allowed to be on here? It seemed like everybody inflated their age on there. And so I had to go create a completely new profile, and this time actually put in the age as it appears on my ID. I don't even like calling that my actual age. When I think about age, there are two things I look at. The physical body age, right? So for me, I'm probably still in my teens, right? A lot of my students hit on me. When I was in Seattle, some of my male students were actually gay, and they hit on me too. And so I'm probably way younger than my ID says. And then there's the intellectual age, right? Which I'm probably a lot older than what my ID says, right? And unfortunately, the gap between the two is what causes me a lot of trouble, right? The people I attract physically, I don't have the patience for. The people who I attract intellectually, I won't be sexually attracted to them, right? Creates a huge problem. I kind of need two partners in my life, right? But so I created a new profile, and long story short, 2 days later, we're still having endless conversations. She was telling me how smart I am and all that. I had given her an art piece that I had made while I was in Taiwan, and she put it on her office wall, saying that hopefully some of my smartness will bleed out into her. This, and unfortunately, I live in the U.S., obviously. Uh, I'm going to think hard about looking for career opportunities in Taiwan. In the short term, I'm going to think hard about visiting Taiwan more. I got one grandmother still alive, and but she's 95 years old. Obviously, there's a finite amount of time I can spend with her, and also even my aunts and uncles, right? So maybe it's not the end of the world if I take a few more trips this year instead of going to the other haunts that I like to go to, right? Uh, I might travel more to Taiwan this year, maybe another trip, because we don't have a solar or lunar eclipse that I'm traveling to anyway, and it looks like I'm going to be competing in the Computer Olympiad online anyway. So I might just make Taiwan my main vacation going into this year, and nothing to lose, right? I got family there anyway, and there's this potential of something big, right? All right, please continue to pray. And then I'm going to ask two other friends of mine to see if they'll set me up on blind dates. Pray for that as well. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.